I'm 18 years old. I just graduated high school. I wanted this whole company to be about just Black empowerment. So with everything going on, in the news and in the media, what's been happening with like Black lives and stuff like that. So I thought, this is the perfect time when all that stuff is happening. I really just want to be able to put some good into the world. And if that's through, t-shirts with positive messages on it, or, tank tops with like beautiful designs of like African women, I just thought, this is like right up my alley. This is exactly what I want to do.
All right, guys. So welcome to another session of Creators One-on-One. As you guys know, my goal is to build a really strong community of people that are winning, that are dominating, and inspire others to do the same. Today, I'm super excited to have, a fairly new customer of ours, I would say, but I got super inspired by what they're doing and their story. That I wanted to have them on. Laseni, Angelise, thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So I want to kind of start off with, I want the audience to kind of get to know you guys and maybe give us a little bit of a backstory, give us some context as to what you're doing, how you're starting to grow, and we'll get started there.
So, well, basically, I've been seeing the ads for OmniPrint for over a year now, and it's always something that I've been kind of interested in. I'm an insurance agent. I have my own insurance agency, so I don't really have time to be a full-time print shop. But I was thinking, as soon as all this COVID thing hit, hey, my 18-year-old daughter who just graduated, she's not going to be able to just get a hostess job, experience just the regular stuff that we did when we were young. So I was thinking, you know what, this would be a good idea for her to start her own business, learn how to operate a business at such a young age. So that's really why I started it.
That's awesome. Just for the audience, like, what's your main line of business?
Yeah, so I do personal lines, commercial lines, just everything insurance related. So in our family, we kind of have a real entrepreneur spirit. My wife, she's a real estate agent. So we both work for ourselves, and we've been doing it for some years now. So we just kind of want the same things for our kids. When she graduated, actually, I was thinking, I can go out and I can buy her a $25,000 Jeep that she really wanted, or I can, Jeep, right? She wanted that convertible Jeep, goes to the beach. Ooh. Or what I could do is I can get her a $25,000 machine and let her print her own money, get whatever kind of Jeep she wants. So it's more about not giving them something, giving them something to do.
And that's one of the things that was like inspiring to me. And that's why I wanted to unpack it a little bit, because you're already doing business. You're in a different line of business. You're thinking, all right, well, what can I do to start teaching my kids how to make their own money? And with the money and the cash flow that you make, you can actually buy the toys that you want. And that kind of inspired you to get started. So maybe, Angelise, you can kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and, how this is starting for you.
So, hi, my name is Angelise. I'm 18 years old. I just graduated high school. I wanted this whole company to be about just Black empowerment and just really appreciating like the melanin in our skin and just being proud of it and loving it. So with everything going on, we've seen like in the news and in the media, what's been happening with like Black lives and stuff like that. So I thought, this is the perfect time when all that stuff is happening. I really just want to be able to put some good into the world. And if that's through, t-shirts with positive messages on it, or, tank tops with like beautiful designs of like African women, I just thought, this is like right up my alley. This is exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I met you guys when you came in here, and a lot of the times, like for example, I wish I was that sharp at 18, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks.
And you don't see that a lot, but the reality is, what did you think of when your dad said, hey, you know what do you think about this? I mean, is it something that you originally thought, you know what, I'm gonna be in high school, I want to go to college instead, I want to do something else, or are you kind of like entrepreneurial too?
So when he first like introduced this whole idea, I wasn't really sure like what it was about or how it was gonna go. I was under the impression more it was gonna be like kind of like maybe like a group thing, but I am very happy that I took it on as like my own company, and it's like something that I'm like doing myself.
Were you thinking like, all right, I want to initially just go to school, go to college, get regular
Oh,
education,
gotcha.
were you
Okay.
excited about starting to do take more control yourself and start to do something now?
Yeah, so my original plan and what I'm still going to be doing is going to college. When he had first kind of said this, I wasn't really too sure like what it was going to be like. So I think just going into it and seeing how we're doing now, I'm now able to see it for what it is. I think when he first introduced it, I didn't really know how it was going to be. But yeah, I'm really excited about it though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I first brought it up to her, she was very
I was a little bit unsure.
she didn't know,
Yeah,
she didn't like really understand, and then and then once we started getting into it, I said, hey, I'm gonna make this big investment into you. Are you ready
yeah,
to take it on? And I said, think about it. Let me know. Get back to me because once I pull the trigger, we can't go back. So I'm really I'm really proud of the way she took on the role of it. It's actually sometimes she's actually too much. I think
yeah,
actually I created a Frankenstein over here because I'm getting bopped around and told what to do all of a sudden. So, but it's good. It's really good to see her, just take this on and run with it. And she said to me the other day, she said, you know what? I really love being my own boss and
yeah.
being able to make my own schedule instead of having to show up to somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah, yeah, especially with like everything being online now and like me going to school in like a couple days. I think this is a really great opportunity for me because, I remember I went to like the frozen yogurt shop a day ago and I saw some kids from my school who work there and I'm like, that's so crazy to think that, they're over here working at a frozen yogurt place, but I'm over here, creating my own business and just making steps to like really further my future and like, start putting money and saving for what I want to do. So.
And that's so awesome because you're thinking, all right, well, you're making minimum wage over here, and
Mhm.
all I gotta do is sell half a hoodie, and I already I
Yeah.
already did that, and
Mhm.
it's about leveraging time, guys, and I'm kind of happy, like, and inspired because you guys are communicating, right? Sometimes it's harder to communicate to people, but guys, if you communicate to your kids and say, hey, you know what? I'm about to put this money into you. I'm about to invest. Look at the opportunity. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Start taking ownership because I think a lot of parents want to do good stuff for their kids, but like one thing that you did a little bit different, you're like, all right, this is gonna be for you. Like you take it on. Here you go. And instead of like, hey, I'm like shoving something down your throat and making you do stuff that you don't want to do, so that was like super inspiring to me. One of the things that as you keep growing and you keep going, like some people don't really take responsibility to sell, right? And one thing that I really liked is that you set up a site, and I mean, tell us like where somebody can go look at your products and stuff like that.
Okay, so we post almost all of our products right on our Instagram, which is at Soul Hoodies, and then you will see our whole catalog, our custom design options, all on our website at soulhoodies.com. And then we also have our Facebook going. My mom is actually running that, so we're trying to get all of our stuff up there just so everybody can see all of our products.
Wow. So at Soul Hoodie, soulhoodie.com. One thing I want to make sure that you guys are seeing here, like how long have you, I would say since you got your machine and training and you started the business, how long has it been?
I think this is actually the first full. It's been about a full month since we've been
Yeah.
printing and selling, and
Mhm.
so far, I mean, our results have been great. And actually, there's a bigger component to it as well. It's not just the printer and the website, but I have her making phone calls every day to companies to solicit orders for masks. She's messaging people, different companies, trying to get mask orders and shirt orders. So
Yeah.
it's not just sitting back and building the website and waiting. It's kind of, you got to be proactive too. So, and
Yeah.
it helps that
You're actually teaching her the actual real ways of canvassing for business, reaching out to customers, making yourself known, because How did you do it, Laseni? Did you have Instagram and websites and stuff like that when you started out?
No. Well,
Business?
when I started my business, it was more relationship because I work with a lot of real estate agents.
Yeah.
So it was more going to the meetings and making friends, and I do more relationship sales. But in every business, sometimes you can't be afraid to make that cold call. And actually, I was really impressed because I said, you know what, let me make a cold call to a company and see how it goes, just so I can show you what to say, what to do. Usually when people make their first phone call, they're super nervous and they're fumbling all over their words. They can't follow up. The girl, she made her first call and she got a rejection, and she came back, right away. And I was like, man, natural, you know what I'm saying? So but this is what she has to learn. And it's not just about the OmniPrint printer. I mean, this is great, and I hope she becomes one of the biggest printing companies in the world. But she can take this knowledge of business to anything in the world. So if she wants to start, a farm, whatever she wants to do in life, she already knows how to set up, how to do it, and how to be profitable.
The Direct Treater Dual is the brand new pre-treatment machine by OmniPrint International Inc. This pre-treatment machine is the first ever unveiled by OmniPrint and is designed to provide versatility between pre-treatment system types. By tradition, pre-treatment machines were limited to being designated as either a closed or open-top system. With the Direct Treater Dual, the user can choose between one or the other instead of being limited to one type. This empowers the user to take on a pre-treatment job of any size, whether an a la carte job using the closed drawer system, or bulk jobs using the removable side-loading platen and foot pedal to allow stacking and hands-free production-style pre-treating. In addition to its versatility, the Direct Treater Dual features a bottle reservoir system, allowing you to easily switch pre-treatment solutions, clean the lines, and purge into the waste bottle with minimal messes. The diaphragm pump and pre-treatment delivery system allows for quiet, consistent spray patterns while regulating air pressure and preventing gaps in the line. The Direct Treater Dual has transformed and simplified the pre-treatment process by giving an all-in-one versatile solution with the required consistent results for DTG print shops of all sizes to thrive. The Direct Treater Dual Pre-Treatment Machine by OmniPrint International Inc.
A lot of the times people buy something, right? I don't care what it is. Like you buy a franchise, or you buy a food truck, or you buy a machine, or you buy something, right? And you say, all right, well, because I'm buying this, I'm gonna make a ton of money. And one thing that you're doing different is you're telling your daughter, hey, you know what? These are the steps to build a business. You have to build relationships. You have to do outreach. You have to do marketing. And I mean, you're at 1 month, Could you say that, all right, you're at 1 month of an investment. Have you made any money yet?
We have actually, yeah.
Yeah, actually, we're doing our second big order for the month. One of my friends, he owns a nonprofit company called Aqua Equity. They sell water and they give the proceeds back to just the franchise communities like Watts and Compton and stuff like that. And they've been ordering shirts and stuff in addition to other people just making orders. So, but they've been making pretty big orders already. So right now we're actually trying to get some hats, print hats for the very first time for them.
Yeah.
We already wasted about 5 hats. So
Yep.
good thing I got extra. So,
I told you.
Yeah. But,
Man, that's
yeah.
awesome. So I'm really impressed because month one, there's a learning curve to anything. I don't care what you buy. You got to make sure you're investing the time to learn and to become a professional. I got to tell you guys, there's so many people out there that aren't willing to do the things. They're not willing to make the phone call. People don't want to call anymore. They're not willing to set up the social media. They're not willing to set up the Instagram, Facebook. Oh, I don't want to be, I'm private. I don't want the government to know where I'm at. Guys, the government knows where you're at. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of people don't set up websites. And if they do, they don't put the products up there. They don't put the prices up there. It's just super hard to navigate or buy anything, right? So there's reasons why you guys are winning right now. The reasons are you're making it easy for people to shop. You're making it easy for people to start to get to know you, even though it's a new brand. You know, you chose a cause that you believe in, right? You chose a cause that has a lot of different views. It's not an easy cause for you guys to follow and to push. You know, there's a lot of like drama out there. You decided, you know what, I'm going to take control and I'm going to do something positive instead of feed into the negative. So, and that's super inspiring because people can either complain about stuff or they can put positivity into the world with stuff they believe in, right? And take control of your business, your finance, your life, and you guys do it in a family way, you know? Like how you guys like see that as somebody that's just starting out? Like what kind of advice can you guys give for somebody that's looking into anything? Because people reach out and they're like, hey, you know what, this is all great, but how do I start?
Well, I mean, I would say that the most important thing is to learn the machine, learn how to use the machine. That knowledge is key. You know, I'm so thankful I got to spend some time out there with you guys and just learn how to set stuff up, because I mean, without that knowledge, it's hard to go anywhere at all. So I would say first, learn the machine. Then I would say after you get the hang of the machine, don't be afraid to do other stuff. Don't be afraid to try masks. Don't be afraid to try a hat, because as soon as you don't do a hat for somebody, then they're not going to give you that 100 order of t-shirts, you know, because they already went with somebody else who did the hat, and now you lost that client. So, and I do that in my business too. You know, there's not one insurance that I'm scared to do or I can't do, because I gain that knowledge up front, and that carries me through and helps me with my customers. So I would say get the knowledge first, and then get out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say for beginners, I would say just take your time with everything. For me personally, I was so new to anything that related to like graphic design or just like simple computer commands. And, you know, luckily I have a dad who's, you know, naturally like just really good at it. So, but I would really say just take the time to learn, you know, how to put the designs up there, how to do your measurements, and also just take your time when you're making the garments themselves. If it's not coming out good, it's probably because you're not doing something right. So just really just take your time. I always, you know, I press the shirts before, I do all of the stuff that I need to do before, so I get a good result in the end. And it does take more time, but that's just what you need to do. So yeah, for beginners, definitely take your time.
Yeah, this is the pre-treat queen.
Pre-treat queen.
Pre-treat queen.
Yeah.
She can tell you how to pre-treat it correctly before we put up the...
Queen.com. You can reach out and, you know, she has some courses on how to show you how to pre-treat, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I love that stuff because you're saying, hey, you know what, learn what you're doing first. You know, in our training, even in a lot of time we tell people, hey, make sure that you know how to deliver an order first before you take it on, and then throw a ton of stress on yourself while you're learning. So make sure you learn your craft. Don't learn it with a job, you know, learn it with your own test shirts and all that. Take the plunge, get out of your comfort zone. Make sure that you're offering several products. So when I started, I did the same thing. Like, why would I tell you no when you're saying, hey, I want a hat, or I want a mask, or I want a shirt? Like, even if you can't do it or you don't have the equipment yet, your job really is to be a facilitator to your customer and help them out. Partner up with companies in your area or order the stuff.
By you saying that, actually, I have an embroidery guy around the block, does embroidery. And I used to ride my bike past his house, and his garage was always open, so I didn't know what he did. So I stopped over there, and he said, "Oh, I do embroidery." And right from there, he passed me a client who needed BTG, so he couldn't do it. So now, if we need embroidery from somebody, we'll pass them to him. One of our other friends, he does large banners. So pretty much, if you come to us, we're going to keep you in house, even though we're going to subcontract you out to somebody else. So
wow. So guys, if you're not networking, you're not going to win. And that's super important for people to really understand. Like, if you have to be a one-stop shop for somebody. Let's say they're looking for that embroidery and you don't have that connect. Or you went to meet somebody, you set up that relationship. Not only did they send you business, but now you have somebody that you can say, I'm going to send you business when I get somebody. You kept that customer. You make a little bit off of that job. They order the shirts from you. And it just makes it super simple for them to buy from you, right? So eliminate any friction from somebody that wants to buy from you. And this is like, maybe for you, Lasenia, you've done it with insurance, right? So it's the teachings that a lot of people don't get. And that's why we push hard on it to make sure that people understand that when somebody goes shopping, maybe for that embroidery, what if that shop that they found the embroidery at also has DTG? And then they also have screen print. You know, you're kind of like, they're going to move over there.
Work Live Stores 2020 is the newest web-based front-end personalization platform by OmniPrint International Inc. With Work Live Stores 2020, DTG print businesses can automate the ordering process and empower customers to choose their own garments, upload their designs, and enter the print settings, ultimately eliminating print error and time-consuming correspondence with the customer. Work Live Stores 2020 features a new customizable front-end site builder, which can match your branding style and easily be embedded into any of your existing websites. With this feature, print businesses can open their revenue stream to digital sales and even start offering simpler fulfillment for wholesale clients by creating additional front-end sites where their customers can place orders, which then sync up to your orders backend. Work Live Stores 2020 by OmniPrint International.
So, and you're getting out of your comfort zone, and you're taking your time to learn. Like Angelise, so were you kind of mostly on your phone? You know, I know as nowadays, you guys don't spend so much time on computers anymore, right? It's more on mobile and all that.
I do both. I think as of now, I'm on my laptop as much as my phone, maybe even more now since I have like the website and all that. Yeah. But yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good with both now. Yeah, I'm on both very often.
So are you like opening images on Photoshop now and like setting it up, or who's doing that for you?
Yeah, so I'm able to, if somebody like sends me their logo and I need to take out a background, I'm able to do that. Yeah, I'm able to work Adobe Illustrator pretty well, Photoshop, all of that. Yeah.
Once we ordered the printer, I hired somebody to teach them an hour a day of Adobe Illustrator, so that way they can get familiar with it. So they did that for about a month, both my 18-year-old and my 12-year-old daughter, before we even got the machine. So that way they had some kind of familiarity with how to do graphic design.
Yeah.
Because they were just sitting there doing nothing all day anyway. So, you might as well take an hour and learn something.
Yeah, that's right. Can I get an hour, guys, to teach you something? I love it. And, you know, actually, in the graphics world, having the proper artwork is super important to creating quality, right? So you guys also took the time to learn your artwork. So when somebody sends you a piece of artwork that they want you to print and it's not good, what do? Do you help them edit it, or you tell them, hey, I need some good art, guys?
I think it just depends on the quality of the art itself. You know, we haven't gotten too many like truly like bad pieces of art. You know, if anything, it's just like a simple, like change the color of like a logo or just taking out the background. But we haven't had any that we've needed to like go in and like fix. We don't really offer that quality. Like I am still learning graphic design and stuff like that. But, you know, if it was like a truly bad logo, I would just say, you know, get this fixed and then come back to us and we'll be able to print it, no problem. But
yeah, she actually did a pretty good custom logo. She did a custom shirt for birthday.
Yeah, I'm also working on like doing custom designs. I made a really cute little space-themed birthday shirt for this little boy I used to babysit. He loved it. It turned out really well. So yeah.
Wow. See, that's awesome. And I wanted to unpack that a little bit, guys, because the images that you receive and that you print are super important, because I'm sure everybody's heard like garbage in, garbage out, right? Where you get a bad image into the machine, whatever machine it is, you're going to get a bad image out, right? What happens sometimes is people don't really know what's good or what's bad for themselves. Like they didn't spend that time getting trained. So then they'll accept the bad image and then they'll print the order and then send it out, right? Yeah. What does that do? That makes it your problem, because you took the image and you printed it instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to tell a customer, hey, give me a better image so I could give you quality, right? It's one of the other things that you guys are doing right that is important to highlight for people that also want to continue to grow, right? and this is a part of what I want to make sure that we're doing, guys, is like really showing people what winners are doing to not only thrive during the worst pandemic ever, for of our lifetime anyways, but also like really win, right? There's
Yeah.
no secrets to why you guys are doing well from what you're telling me. You're making it easy to shop, you're taking responsibility for like what your business is, you're getting out of your comfort zone, you're learning. Those are all really important things to win. And like one of the things I wanted to also see if I could talk to you guys about, like, for example, what are you thinking about? Like, all right, you're 18, you're starting a business. Like, what do you think about age right now? Do you see people say, are you're too young, or are you using your age to your advantage? Like, what can you share with the audience on age and all that?
I'm actually really glad I'm so young. I think it does help when it comes to attracting business. I think people are drawn to stories and just real people. And so I'm actually really lucky that I am so young, because I get to say, hey, I'm 18 years old and this is what I'm doing. And this is, and I have these great quality products. So I think it does really help, and it adds some just kind of like credibility. Like, she's so young, but she is putting in the work and she's producing good things. I think for people who are my age as well, like I was just telling my friend the other day, she was like, she's working at like these fast food places and she just like hates it. And I'm just like, you could so start your own business. Like, she has good ideas, but you just need that courage, and you just need like a helper. Like, I have my dad to help me, but I'm just, yeah, I think the younger you start and just start making things that are yours and producing things that, you make and care about, I think makes all the difference, really.
Yeah. If I would have started my company when I was 18 years old, I'd be retired. That's just the fact. She's 18, like, she's doing this for 5 years. Imagine the amount of customers that she can amass and the repeat business that she can amass within 5 years. And she's only going to be 23 years old. And then I have my other one coming up right behind her who can, if she wants to move on to something else, the other one can take over and build it even bigger. So, I mean, it's just starting, whatever you do, starting early is great, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. I feel that like better ideas should win, work ethic should win, what you're doing should win versus your age, right? Honestly, you're like doing things and running things like a way older person, and that's why it's like a lot of that is the guidance and the mentoring. Like what would you say, Laseni, some advice? What would you say to other parents? Like, my kids are home, like I was gonna send them to college, I was gonna do, like, what can you help them with to try to guide their kids into maybe like looking into being an entrepreneur and taking control themselves? Like, what kind of advice would you have for other parents like that?
Well, what I would say is know your kid. If your kid's not the best student in the world, don't try to send your kid to college. If he's more inclined to be a mechanic or more inclined to be a plumber, I think we need to stop thinking how we normally think about, just go to college and then accrue all the student debt and try to find a job after that. That's not for everybody. Luckily, she's really just mature for her age. I thought it's something that she can handle. My other daughter, I don't think she wouldn't be able to handle it like as good as her. And that's no knock on her. It's just they're just two different people. And so it's really just about knowing your kid. But on the other side too, I just wanted to say real quick that she's an 18-year-old, and for those of us who have teenagers, you know that you don't hardly ever get to see your teenagers. They're always dad or mom or the last person they want to hang out with. So for dad, this is great too, because we spend so much time together doing the printing. I think almost every night we're in here till 1 o'clock at night, either just strategizing or printing or trying to do something. But it lets us spend time together too that I would never get to spend with her at this point. So,
man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so it's like, I'm striking a chord because, education is like a super important topic right now. Honestly, I'm in the same school of thought where if you're going to specialize into something, maybe get the education. But for people that don't know what they're doing, or if they even want to do it, like, why spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars when your kid is not connecting with it? And like, there's other ecosystems where people can learn. And I think COVID is just a huge accelerator in our society to look at some things that weren't working, you know?
Mhm.
So that's why it was like super important to kind of like hear from your point of view. I remember I sent it to you on Instagram, hashtag dad goals, because,
Yeah.
you know, you're doing some of the stuff, like you're inspiring me. I'm not a dad, but I know that like some of the things that I'm learning, it's stuff that is super valuable for others out there. So it's super hashtag dad goals.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to kind of like transition a little bit, and guys, make sure that you are subscribing, that you like, follow our page, you know, follow at Soul Hoodie. It really helps people see this kind of content. It helps, you know, the almighty algorithm put us in front of all these videos. So make sure you're doing that. Smash the like button and smash the like button again, comment, so that, you know, it really, you know, helps everybody. You know, part of like these sessions, guys, and I know I like to have them like open-ended and jump a little bit all over the place, because you don't know what little nuggets are going to inspire somebody. Like right now, a lot of the stuff, you know, the late nights, the setting up products, the failings and all that stuff, growing a business, you know, I've been through a lot of the stuff before. So I want to give back some of my knowledge to people, and I want to make sure that, like, if I'm going to create a big community of people that are winning and then we're helping everybody out, like, I want to help you guys grow. Like, what kind of challenges are you having? What kind of advice would you like? What kind of challenges can I help you with that, you know, you're looking at right now as you're starting to get orders and starting to grow, so that maybe it can help you guys, and then also it could maybe inspire others that might be in the same situation.
Work Print Shop Automation Suite 2020 is the newest edition of the print business workflow optimization and management software by OmniPrint International Inc. With Work, print shops of all sizes can get a cohesive overview of their business while streamlining the order fulfillment process from order entry all the way up to the moment it's shipped out the door. The Work main dashboard provides an all-in-one informative interface which informs the user of important statistics, including total orders, total completed that day, productivity, and supply usage. With Work's front-end live store, customers can choose from the user's selection of blank apparel, customize the graphic and print settings, and easily place the order complete with shipping methods and payment confirmation. The order then enters the dashboard and a barcode is instantly generated, which contains the print job's data for garment type, rip settings, and shipping info. With a single scan of this barcode, the print job is instantly queued up and printed for order fulfillment. With the same barcode, shipping data can be queued up, which tells the user where it's being shipped, how, and with which carrier. Work Print Shop Automation Suite 2020.
So the main problem that we're having right now is our designs. Like we're not good enough to make great designs, so we've been buying our designs. But what we noticed is that a lot of the designs out there, everybody has them. So it's hard to compete when you're selling the exact same thing to somebody else, even though ours is a lot better quality. So what we started to do now is we started to contact artists and see if they want to partner up with us so we can print their designs and do like a collaboration with them. But we've been having a hard time getting an artist to say yes. So what we're actually going to do now is we're going to put together a contest for artists with some certain criteria, and we're going to put up a $1,500 prize. So what we're going to do is just have artists submit their work. We're going to put it up on our site, and then whoever sells the most shirts in the 30-day period will get that $1,500. So hopefully that gives us a way to get some great artwork that we can use that's unique and creative. But that's been our biggest problem that we've been trying to solve, is how do we get these great artists to let us print their canvases and their shirts.
That's a great question. I've kind of run across this, and I have a couple of different things. Like, for example, you're out in a big space now, right? You're online, you're part of the movement. It's going to be super important that you differentiate yourself and you make something different that people can't buy somewhere else.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That is the bottom line, right? So what happens sometimes is I know that maybe buying a design is a big investment, or buying a design, you want to keep it at the lowest amount of money possible, right? But there's actually ways that you can create a design that is unique to you. You own the rights to it. It follows like what you're trying to move out there. So when all is equal and you have the same, let's say somebody has the same machine, same quality, same training and all that, what's going to be the difference is what's that artwork? The most powerful things that you could keep as your intellectual property is the design. So don't be afraid to invest in it. In fact, I'm going to refer you to somebody that I know that does super cool designs. A lot of people that are winning are actually using designs that are made by this guy. Honestly, I don't know how much he charges, but I don't think it's a lot, because if you start assembling a couple of different designs that connect with people and they start catching fire on Instagram, does it really matter that you paid somebody $100, $150, whatever it is that it was? It doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's just a few shirts. So, I mean, that's why the contest that we're doing, my insurance company is actually going to sponsor it, and we're putting up to $1,500 because that's we really want to.
That's nice.
Yeah, we really want to get good artists and you know, and actually help somebody out. Hopefully, an artist who's dead broke can actually win it. That'd be great.
Man, that was a great one. That's a great one, because especially when it comes to digital, guys, you're no longer like limited to 1 or 2 color images, right? And what's going to set you guys apart? You're not limited. You could put like images full color. You could do a lot of that different stuff that you couldn't do before. So finding artists that kind of can make you an inspirational image is super important. It's super important, guys. A lot of stuff that I do here, I like to make my own proprietary stuff. You know, our ink formulas, the way our machines work, a lot of that stuff, nobody else does it the same way. We don't have to be the cheapest machine out there. I'm focusing on like the quality. I'm focusing on, you know, what the cost per print is going to be, make it super low as possible. I'm focusing on, you know, better washing on multiple different fabrics. I'm focusing on different things, right? That helps me not have to worry so much about having the lowest price possible. So I'm going to send you some of those that I know. Another good one, guys. I don't know if you've actually gone on it. It's Upwork. I don't get paid to hype them up, so maybe I should. But Upwork.com, you set up an account with those guys, and what it is it's like a big hub of freelancers. I have this kind of idea. You let them bid on the job per job or per hour, and what you'll start to find is, as you see the portfolios of these people, they're all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, Europe, Spain, South America, like different flavors. You know what? I really like how this guy designs. And let's say a design might cost you those $50 or $100. You start to develop your inventory of your designs that start selling, right? So that's another good one. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
No, but we'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. I'll send you the links too for that one. What other challenges would you think you're having? I mean, that was a good one.
I don't think we're having any like specific like grand challenges. I think every day for me personally is just a challenge, just to keep learning the machine and just keep working on our pre-treats, you know, doing our wash tests, making sure everything's coming out well. Right now we're printing on hats for our first time, so that's kind of a challenge as of right now. We're trying to figure out how to lay it all the way straight, how to get a smooth print. So
and I bought the wrong hats too, so it's making it even more difficult.
It's not super hard, or
no, it's just they just have the this crease. I don't know if you can see it going down the middle, so it's hard to get it to print, you know, evenly without some spots having drop off.
One of the main differences between like any other CEO or anybody in our industry is I've actually done the job, right? I used to print at night, so I know the 1, 2, 3 in the mornings, and I know to print on different things, right? So on hats, what I would recommend is in your software, change your settings to uni, which is a unidirectional way of printing, and change your dot size to large.
Okay.
So that you could be further away from the print head, and the detail will still be good, and it'll get into those crevices a little bit more, and you won't see that fuzziness. You won't
I'm gonna
risk
write that down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we do for the mask. So, but I didn't know why I did it, to be honest with you. I just know that in the settings, that's what it said to do. So that's what I did. But so thanks for that. Now I know why.
No problem. How are you curing them?
With the heat gun.
Yeah, heat gun. All right.
Yeah.
So just make sure you have enough heat on there. The thing is with hats, you really need a hat press. So just make sure you have enough heat. Maybe wash one and see how it cures, or leave it longer under the heat gun. The good thing is, with some time, a lot of people don't wash their hats.
Yeah.
Right away. The ink's designed to keep curing anyways with some time. So once you get more hats and once you make more money to pay for a heat press, then do it. Just keep on testing it out. Make sure you have enough pre-treat, and then you'll get the right hat too. And feel free to reach out. We can help you with that. And that's super cool that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, that should definitely help out.
I know I've had you on for quite a while now. This is an amazing story, and I want to make sure that people out there really get to know and get inspired on how they could be winning more. Make sure that you guys follow at Soul Hoodie, soulhoodie.com. That's where you can kind of get to know Seni and Angelis, and reach out. One thing that what they're doing is they're creating a network, right? So if you like what they're doing, reach out. Maybe they'll give you a deal and you can sell it. Reach out if you could help them with artwork. They're saying, hey, they need an artist. This is a good way to network, guys.
These are Gamut Plus Next Generation Inks by OmniPrint International Inc. The new generation of inks scientifically engineered for improved color vibrancy, wash fastness, and print quality on a wide range of substrates, including 100% dark polyester and blends. The OmniPrint chemical engineering R&D team spent countless hours to formulate this new generation of DTG inks that can be successfully delivered via a digital inkjet print head, while still showcasing the vibrancy and intricate detail required for printing high-quality images up to 5760 DPI on a wide variety of garments, including cotton, polyester, and blends. Gamut Plus Next Generation DTG Inks by OmniPrint International.
Some of the key takeaways, so I could really summarize it for people that you guys are doing. And you guys are really getting out of your comfort zone, learning your business, learning your equipment. You guys are networking and marketing. You're actually doing the work. It's crazy how that works. So super inspiring. Super inspiring.
And I can tell you real quick too. I mean, the money that she's made so far is, way more than she would ever make at a hostess job or a fast food job or anything like that. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I think I told you within the first 4 days, because I make her pay me for the printer, the monthly payment every month. But the first 4 days of the month, she only had to pay it off. 4 days to make the payment on the printer, and now she's in the money. All she has to do is just, get her supplies, get her cleaner that she needs. Everything else is on her. So have fun. 18 years old, save money.
Yeah.
Go at it.
That's awesome, man. What do you tell? Oh, and you know what? What's super important? So you got to pay your dad for the payment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? At least he didn't charge you for all the consulting. So I think you got a super good.
Yeah. I give her some things free. So, advice is free. You're my daughter.
Yeah. So this is important, guys. So you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this investment for you. These are the financial tools. All right. This is the financial side of things. All right. Your payment's gonna be this much. Your supplies are gonna be this much. You have to make yourself some money, and then you have to make profit. And you gotta pay that back. So there's some accountability there. So you're saying, hey, know your kid, know if they can handle the business, but also the finance side when it comes to making money, making your payments, and making yourself accountable to keep winning, right? I mean, do you think it's something that we learned in school, Senny?
No, I didn't, nothing like that. Actually, you know where I learned it? My dad, when I was in 7th grade, the Simpsons were popular, and he went and bought me a whole bunch of Simpson t-shirts from the swap meet, and he said, take them to school and sell them, and you keep the money. And that's my very first sales job, and that's how I learned how to become my own entrepreneur right then and there. Yeah.
Man, that's super important. I mean, I could unpack nuggets with you guys like for hours. There's so much stuff that people can learn, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're still learning. I mean, we got a lot to learn.
Yep.
You know.
You know, every business is going to have the next break point, right? The next set of challenges. You know, one thing that I learned from one of my mentors is problems are good. I just want new problems, right? I want the next set of problems. Don't dwell on the same problems all the time. What's next? You know, oh, I have too many orders. That's a new problem. You know, I need to hire somebody. That's a new problem. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, was that?
I said I would love to have that problem.
Yeah, well, after this releases, you probably will.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, super pleasure to have you guys on. I really appreciate your time and sharing with everybody. You guys are on the right path. You know, it's super inspiring to all of us. So I really thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, and thank you guys for all the support and the help, man. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this has been worth it 120% for me. You know, she didn't even make any money. Just the time and the knowledge that she's getting is worth it for me. So,
man, that's super awesome. All right, guys. Pleasure talking with you guys. Again, everybody, make sure follow at Soul Hoodie. Reach out, subscribe, comment, share with everybody. It helps everybody see these videos and helps that algorithm. So, and if you guys want to be on a creators one-on-one session, DM me, hit us up, and we'll love to have you on. So again, thank you guys so much, and we'll be.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
All right. See you guys
All right,
later.
take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Thanks.
Bye, guys.